615 Sports Live.
Thank you for tuning in to 615 Sports Live, sponsored by Fadeaway Sports Barbershop. My name is Keith Juckins, my co-host, Ryan Givens.
And we got the superstar Kentucky running back in the building, Ray Davis, man. How you feeling?
Man, feeling good. Appreciate being here, man. I actually just touched down like 2 hours ago.
Oh, for real?
So it's been good, you know what I'm saying? Seeing all the familiar places and just driving around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool, though. For sure, I love it.
Semifinals for National Player of the Year last year.
Man.
Had to add that in the title.
Man, that was big.
My boy Ray.
That was big. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely come back from injury and just, you know what I'm saying, having to show the world just what I could do. You know, I think a lot of people have wrote me off. I always say this, like, you know, a lot of people wrote me off, but I ain't right back. You know, Geno Smith said
Geno.
that.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I really, like, stuck with me because I'm like, man, so many people was saying, like, is he going to be what he could be? Is he going to be back to 2019? How is the foot? How is the knee? I was hearing so much. So I just put my head down. I'm like, man, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
But you know, I know you personally. So I know last year you was slick banged up all last year, and you still had over 1,000 yards.
Man, I had to get a shot almost every game, man.
Hey,
No,
I know this year you coming in strong, healthy. I'm expecting at least 13 on the ground, probably 1,500 all-purpose yards.
I need it. The good thing too is, like, you know, I love my boys at Vandy when it comes to the players. Like, we had dogs, we had Will Shep, we had CJ, we had AJ Swan, we had some dogs. But, like, you look at my Kentucky roster, it's like Baryon, Dane Key, Tavion Robinson. Like, you got boys, man. Like Devin Leary. Like, you got guys to where I don't need. Like, I was averaging 30 touches a game last season, to where my body had to get beat up. Now it's like, I can relax. You know, you need me on a 32, I got you. 37, let's go throw it to Baryon deep for a tutty. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Baryon.
Shout out to Baryon too.
Nashville's on.
Man, you know what I'm saying? So that's the good thing about it. We got squad, man.
That's crazy.
We got squad.
So tell our viewers where you from.
Man, I'm from the Bay, man, San Francisco. You know, born and raised out there. You know, we got a lot of ballers out there, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't really be putting respect on us, but we got a lot of ballers out there. But, you know, I was born and raised out there. You know, I went to high school in New York. I went to boarding school.
Okay.
So that was definitely a big transition, you know, leaving where I was from to go out there. And, you know, I balled out. It was a small town. We played against some good competition. You know, then I made the transition to go to Temple in Philly. So it was definitely
how was that?
Man,
Philly's different.
Philly different. It's different, man.
I did like 2-3 works at UP because my little healthcare tech job. I was up there doing some work in Philly, and I was just driving around. I was like, nah.
Wow.
Yeah, then you got Camden right here, and it's like
Camden, Jersey's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
You just drive into it, you don't even know you're there, and you can't even pump your own gas. Like, I was getting out to pump gas too.
Jersey.
Yeah,
New Jersey, they do it. They pump your own gas in Jersey, so that's definitely. I had to get used to that.
Yeah,
too.
I ain't never even been up there.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. If you go up there, stay away from Camden. I'll never drive around, never tint the windows again. I'll tell you that for sure. But no, it was different. You know, it was an environment that I grew up in, that I knew about. You know, it's a very kind of minority area. Temple was literally in the heart of Section 8 housing. You know, it's like campus, and then you walk across the street, Section 8 housing. So I love that because that's the environment I grew up in.
Right.
So it was cool. I spent 2 years there. You know, freshman year I was a freshman All-American, ESPN first team, Rookie of the Year. You know, I can go on.
What made you choose Temple?
Honestly, I was committed to Purdue for a little minute.
But what other offers did you have on the table?
I had Stanford, I had Purdue, I had Temple, I had Navy, I had Kent State, I had Penn State, I had a couple. I ended up having a couple, but it was more so like, do I want to go somewhere and be a product that they have to develop within a year or two, or do I want to go somewhere where it's like I can show my true talent and play right away? So Temple was a perfect situation to go into. You know, fun fact is I actually was a 7th running back on depth chart when we started summer ball. Like fall camp, I was a 7th running back. They didn't give me, like, the first 2 days I got no burn. Like, I was just sitting there. I went to the coach. I said,
full Scully too.
Full Scully, got no
Seventh
burn.
on the
7th on the depth chart.
That's
no burn.
What?
Man, that was crazy to me. Like, I was behind walk-ons. And I swear to God.
You think that was like a mind trick to
Hell
see?
no, man. I think they just disrespecting me. So I went up to our head coach at the time, Ron Carey. I said, I'm gonna be real. I'm like, listen, I'm about to transfer, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not getting no burn. So he was like, hold on, just wait one more day. So he went to practice the next day. He just threw me in the fire. I think he thought I was gonna fold. I think that's why. So he threw me in there. I think our first practice, I ended up taking a 50-yarder to the crib. And then end up I think our whole rest of the fall camp, I was averaging 5.4 yards a carry.
How quick you move up that depth chart after
I
that?
was our starter, but by like probably within the next 3 days later, I was our starter.
How was everybody else looking?
Oh, we had some dogs though. Like we had some cool dudes. We had a senior. We had a bunch of little freshmen. I was a freshman too.
Yeah, senior
But
sick.
nah, he was sick. I ain't gonna lie. Bro didn't mess with me after that. Bro didn't mess with me, bro. Like you know, he wouldn't even give me no advice. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I swear it's a video. If anybody finds it's a video on YouTube that they made of me, and he in an interview and he was like, yeah, you know, I just tell Ray, you gotta focus, you gotta hone in. I'm like, when did you tell me that? I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But later down the line though, he definitely gave me some wisdom, and I think you know, because everything was coming so fast with just like me being a starter, playing out, you know, a Division I program, primetime games, being constantly mentioned. So he also kind of told me to stay level headed.
I was gonna say, how did you go through that? Like, because you go from high school, boarding school,
especially small community,
and then you like the star product of a football team as a freshman.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the girl I was dating, I would have been wild out there. I would have fell into it. She kept me level headed, I swear though. Because, you know, she just kept it real. She was like, you know, God forbid you get hurt, what's gonna happen? Nobody gonna be there for you.
She was probably older, huh?
She was older. She was older. She was older, so she kept it real though, and I definitely, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Macy. That's still my dog to this day, but she kept me level headed. You know, and she always just said, you know, don't get too big. You know, anything can happen. Like there was times where I had bad games. There was times where I didn't even rush over 50 yards. Yeah. And I was, you know, my DMs were, you suck, you can't, you know what I'm saying? So she definitely kept me.
Popping,
So she kept me. Oh yeah, I definitely probably ruined somebody.
How often you get DMs like that though?
Man, I remember we played Wake Forest last year. I didn't get 2 first downs. I kept running sideline to sideline instead of getting vertical. I can literally find a DM right now. Brody just was going off like, you don't have speed. You're not a side-to-side guy. Get vertical, get the first down. I'm like, and bro, just coming out of my life. And then especially Mizzou. We lost Mizzou 17-14. We ran the ball on 4th and 1. And I was in pistol. I still don't understand that, but I didn't get the first down. And my DMs were just flooded with like hate just going off on me.
Damn, I didn't think Vandy had support like that.
And what's crazy is people don't even think
people.
They don't even think they're gonna read the read the DMs. They think they're just gonna like sit in the request. And,
I'm gonna check them jobs.
And like, like all the dudes I know, they scrolling through them all. Like,
I was petty. I replied too. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take your criticism and just apply it to next week.
Yeah, he shook. He didn't even respond.
He probably went off next week, and he was probably at home like, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh God. You know what? I went for 167 the next week against South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
And you could have told him.
Yeah.
I could have told him it was because of you. He would
my
have been
DM's
so
full
happy.
now for sure.
Oh God, repost. That's all it was, man. That's all it was.
He screenshot them and sent that to everybody. You see what I did?
Right. Right.
I told bro. I said, listen. I replied with, I appreciate the feedback. You know, I'll make sure I get better. And next week, I ain't gonna say it was all him. I definitely think it was just, you know, I was tired of everybody just questioning me too. Right. I'm like, bro, I gotta go off. And South Carolina just had to be the game.
Yeah.
It was a nighttime game. It was prime time. Like, I think it was a 7 o'clock game on ESPN.
Had to show off.
Man, I had 20 carries for like 167 and average 8.5.
Dog.
Man, that was the best game I ever had. Then the next 3 games I went for 129 against Kentucky, and then I went again to 122 against Florida.
So what's up, man? This is Band Play. Let the Band Play, that is. And you see what I got on right now? 6'1" Finest, man. The hottest athletic sports apparel in the Ville right now. Got me fresh.
That's crazy. You went against 129 against Kentucky. Basically,
How was
trial.
I was gonna say the transport. So like you had the superstar. Like Temple was amazing.
Yeah, freshman year was great. 2020 obviously COVID, so that was kind of a down year. I only played the first 4 games and I transferred out.
Right.
Came to Vandy junior year in 2021. Played the first 3 games.
When you entered the portal, what made you choose Vandy, and what did you who did you pass up by choosing Vandy?
Yeah, no, coming out the portal that year, I had some good offers. I think my top 5 was Washington State, Washington, Cal,
West Coast.
Yeah, I was ready to go home.
Yeah.
I was ready to go home.
Yeah.
But when the SEC calls, you can't turn that down. I didn't know nothing about Vandy. I didn't know the history of Vandy. I didn't know nothing.
Academically, were you?
No, I didn't know nothing.
You was just like it's another.
I really solely was based off the SEC.
Like, I was trying to stay in a good conference.
Yeah, I was like, let me just elevate my game. Because in my head, I'm like, listen, if I'm really good at this football stuff, SEC is a spot.
Yeah.
So I went there. I chose it just based off the SEC, and then I knew one of the coaches there, which is cool. He ended up getting fired halfway through, so I ended up doing that. And then 2021, I ended up getting season-ending surgery. I had tore my MCL, my meniscus, and I ruptured the ligament in my toe.
Right.
So I played the first 3 games. I had a stupid spin on Stanford. Anybody see that too? That was a crazy spin. Messed up my foot. Ended up just being done, man. I ain't gonna lie, like that was the hardest part of life right there.
I was gonna say rehab was.
The mental part was so hard because my recovery was supposed to be 4 to 5, but it got pushed to 6 or 7 because my knee blew up. When it wasn't supposed to. So it was so hard. I think like there was days I wanted to quit football. There was days I didn't want to go to rehab. There was days I just didn't want to run. And I think like my family got me through it. My the people that was surrounding me, they got me through it. Braden, my roommate Braden, got me through it. Just many people just saying keep your head down. You know what I'm saying? Just work. You know what I'm saying? Forget the outside because the outside world at that time was like, oh, he's not gonna come back.
He's done.
He's
for
done.
sure.
So then obviously 2022 just it was one of those years I got to put on, man. But a part of me sometimes be feeling like I should have went pro just because. I got 572 career carries, and I've only played 2 full seasons of college football. Think about that. I only played 2019. I played all.
But that lets GMs know that you can carry the load too.
Yeah, God, I be trying to tell GMs, I'm like, bro, I played 2 full seasons, and in 2019 and 2020, I eclipsed 1,000 all-purpose. In 2019, I was 936 yards. In 2022, I had 1,042. Both those years, I eclipsed 1,000 all-purpose.
Yeah, that's my player. It's like
you know what I'm saying, like,
it's no surprise where the ball's going.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, how hard was it the decision of not going pro this year and then going back in the transfer portal and going to ultimately to Kentucky?
For sure, it was hard. You know what I'm saying, with all this NIL stuff going on now.
That's guaranteed money.
Yeah, it's guaranteed money. Me and you had many conversations about it, and it was just difficult because a part of me was like, I was hearing 5th, 6th, 7th round. That's what I was hearing, right? Or definitely a signed player undrafted. Mm-hmm. So let's say that salary is hypothetically like $770K.
Right.
Let's account taxes. So I'm probably maybe around $500K, $400. I don't know how much taxes depend on the state you are and stuff like that. So let's say $400K. I can't do much with $400K in the league. On top, I got 14 siblings. I'm paying for my sister's tuition to go to college right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I help out every other of my siblings. So it's like that $400K, that is gone.
Yeah.
Like $400K, probably, for me personally, I'll probably end up having about maybe $100K.
Yeah.
150.
Yeah.
Basically living check to check.
Check to check.
Yeah.
So it was maybe go to college, make what I can make, stack my bread. So when I get to the league, now I can just put the bread I made in college for those 6-7 months on top of what I'm making. And at the same time, I could elevate my chance of being drafted higher. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying, then make more money. And we also was hearing from scouts that, hey, you come back, you do what you do, you could be a third. We were hearing a day 2, day 3 guy. That's 3rd round, 4th round.
That's a lot of change.
That's a lot of change in salary, and so it was hard because it's like, do I want to put my body on the line one more year for college?
Yeah.
Or do I want to go to the league and really put my line, to make money and be at what I always want to be at? So it was hard. It was a lot of conversations with my dad. It was a lot of conversations with just different scouts. Obviously, I had conversations with Vandy before I went in the portal, and I was hearing come back. I was hearing don't come back. I was hearing so many different things. So honestly, like it sounds so cliche, but like I prayed on it, man. Like I prayed on it, and I gave myself like a week.
Yep.
I gave myself a week, and I remember Sunday, I was sitting at the crib, and I'm like, I'm transferring. Like I didn't tell nobody. I didn't call the Vandy coach. I just was like, this is what God want me to do. I posted my transfer portal, and I think shoot, that was on a Sunday. By Monday, I had 11 phone calls and met with 4 coaches. Like my whole week.
How supportive was Vandy when you made the decision?
I was gonna say, did you do a whole graphic and everything? Or did
Yeah,
you just put like,
I just put
I'm
out.
gone.
Yeah, I just said like pretty much
Drop
thank you to
mics.
Vandy. Literally, dropped it. I ended up getting phone calls on Sunday. I didn't answer none of them because I didn't know what to say. Cause I tried to call a head coach. Granted, I tried to call Coach Lee. I was like, hey, Coach Lee, I tried to call him. He didn't answer.
So you left a voicemail, or
No, I gave him 30 minutes to call me back. Bro didn't call me back, and I was like, all right, I'm posting.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
I had to. It was already getting late. My thing is I wanted to get my recruiting started early.
right?
Yeah.
So then I can make a decision sooner than later because I need to be enrolled in by the spring.
Exactly.
So at that point, I just said, bro didn't call me back. I gave him 30 minutes. I said, shit. At this point,
you know,
You
gotta
gotta
check his phone within 30
your,
minutes.
Yeah, you gotta lock in your star running back.
yeah.
Like,
But
yeah.
we talked on Wednesday. We had
Uh-huh.
a talk. I went in the portal Sunday. Officially was in Monday. By Wednesday, we talked, man, and obviously, that conversation between me and him, I ain't gonna put out what he said, but I could say I left that room feeling 100% ready to leave Vandy. Like there wasn't a 50%. It was like, when
You made the right decision.
yeah,
At that point, did you know you was already
Yeah, I
gonna
was
stay in
tunnel
the
vision.
SEC?
yeah. So the crazy thing is, so during that transition, they didn't even think I was gonna stay in the SEC. They were like, yeah, like what school you're gonna go to? Like and they were like, obviously you're not gonna go in the SEC. And I'm like, you don't think I'm good enough to stay in the SEC or something, bro? Like what you mean? So that's when I walked out of the room, I said, oh yeah, y'all better hope I don't get a school that play y'all.
Right.
Oh, I know you circling that on the schedule.
What? November 4th. Stop blaming me.
Where you- where-
Sorry,
where
I
is
take that
that?
back. October 4th. I got that.
That's okay.
I got that down. I already told our coach. Man, any Vandy people
150
hear this,
plus.
Man, I don't care if it's CJ, Will, True, whoever hear this. I'm already guaranteed 30 carries. I'm already guaranteed 30 carries, and I'm getting one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I already told our coach.
It's in Lexington?
Yeah. No, it's here.
Oh,
That's what I said.
And it's gonna be packed
that's
out.
good.
with
Man,
How did that
We'll-
make
we'll
you feel,
definitely be there.
playing at Vandy,
Man,
and
I'm
like
so happy.
every home game, like y'all playing UGA at home, but you look in the stands and it's like
Yeah, nah, for sure.
red. LSU is purple.
Man,
Like,
purple.
I don't even
Yo,
bring up
where the
playing
fuck you
UT.
know that? Yeah, what's
Nah,
up?
I'm about to say UT, like UT senior night. Like, man, it's
Hold on,
my-
y'all had UT as senior night?
Man, yes, it was the last game of the season last year. It was my senior night, and I'm sitting there, bro, and I'm looking around like orange, a slither of black, orange, a slither of black. Man, I always say this, and I mean, I really wish we would have won, and I think truthfully we lost from right when they sold those tickets. As soon as they sold those tickets, we lost because it was sold out by Tuesday.
Oh yeah, they in there
Yeah, in there. What, man? We were sitting
down the street.
4th and 5, and they were going crazy, and it's a home game, and we can't even hear the snap count. 4th and 5, a home game.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's depriving, bro.
But I can tell you,
What's the difference? Like, talk about the
Kentucky
difference
fans?
between Kentucky and
man, now them
Vanderbilt.
Kentucky fans.
Spring game was already.
It's just crazy. We didn't even have a spring game because we had to get our field. We ended up getting a new field.
Okay.
But we held a fan day and we held a parents day. Fan day, when I tell you, it was like fans wrapped. We have 2 fields. It was fans wrapped around our first field to our second field. Like, people love Kentucky because they're so here. We have the Titans here. Y'all have the Titans, right?
Yeah, they don't have a pro
They
team.
don't have a pro team. So like, we are the pros to
It's
them.
Kentucky, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, Kentucky basketball. So those dudes are, but like Kentucky football, like we are pros to them. So it's like anywhere we go, like I said, I was at Chipotle 3 days ago. I'm in the back of the line. I'm wearing my apparel stuff.
Yeah.
Got to rock it.
Got to.
This little kid, he gave me a double look. So I'm like, man, he gonna ask for a pick. But he was cool though. He waited all the way until I got my order.
Yeah.
He asked for a pick. Him and his mom and then his older brother. We took a pick. We chopped it up. 4 more people in front of them asked for a pick. Like I was in there for a minute. Yeah. I was in there but they nice though.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then when we first ever got there, they was really pushing me and our quarterback Devin Leary, like the 2 guys that got in the portal pushing us. So I think within like our second week there, we ended up holding like an autograph signing, and I think we probably signed over 2,000 autographs. It was like
nuts.
they had like people coming. It was like a fan day. It was all everybody sitting down. Everybody had their own like tables. So 2 people to a table, 2 teams to 2 dudes on the team to a table. Me and Dev was at the end of the line. So it was because everybody was coming to see us. And like when I tell you, it was just like autograph picture. Like we were there from 1 to 5.
How many autographs did you get?
Probably
Vandy, did you sign?
Probably like 2. I swear to God, like 2.
That's crazy.
2 autographs, 0 pictures.
Yeah, you gotta get an agent when you get to Kentucky.
I think when we beat Kentucky, I would say that was the first game we won in the SEC. When we beat Kentucky, I went to Amerigo. Shout out to Amerigo. I like Amerigo. I went there and
Right
like this dad came up. He's like, "Ray Davis, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was with my girlfriend at the time. She's like, "You Ray Davis?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Good game on Saturday." I'm like, "All right, bet." And he just walked away. But at Kentucky,
that's Nashville.
Man, that's Nashville, right? But at Kentucky, I never hear the end of it. Like, I always hear like, "We're happy to have you. You killed us, man. Like, you put us 129 yards, man. We're just so happy you're rocking the blue." Like, I could post an emoji like tomorrow morning, and I will probably get close to 200 likes just off an emoji, strictly from like I think when I committed to Kentucky, I had 1.5 million views on my video.
That's insane.
Video. 1.5 million views.
Yeah,
I've never touched numbers like that in my life. I was happy. What?
UK got that. I mean, they support, bro.
Yeah, they got a fan base.
For sure. I feel like every time everybody in Lexington is on campus, so like the VA is right there on UK campus. Yeah. It's connected, so it feels like
everything is so close.
Yeah.
Everything is like people are well connected because you got to think about it. Every year they get a good year.
Yeah.
Football does good. Now you got basketball. Basketball does good. And our baseball team is 5 right now.
Crazy.
They going crazy. At one point they won 8 games. They just finished this stretch in 10-1. You know what I'm saying? They lost to Vandy. They played Vandy pretty close, but
SEC different.
All sports. Not just football.
It's different.
It's so different. It's so different, man.
What you was talking about the quarterback that came in with you?
Yeah, Dev, man, that's my guy. Dev came from NC State. He was a dog.
Okay.
2021, he beat Clemson in 2021. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
Crazy, put up crazy numbers.
I remember that game. Yeah.
Only had 5 interceptions in 2021. So for 13 games, only throw 5 interceptions.
That's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
2022, he ended up getting surgery. I think he ended up tearing his pec. So obviously he was out, but you know what I'm saying? He's a leader for sure. You know what I'm saying? He's a born leader. He comes in and he works every day, man. Me and him every Sunday go watch film together. We did that when we first got there, obviously, because we only knew each other. We didn't really know everybody else. But he works, man. He's a good dude to be around. He's not like your basic like blue collar quarterback. Like the man is chill. He's a team guy. He's really big on just getting everybody together.
Right.
So just being around him, man, you know what I'm saying? Like definitely picking his brain and learning how he see things. And obviously, we know that we're the 2 guys that is going to be very valuable in the offense. So we have to be able to pick each other's brain. I got to know why he's making certain protection calls. I got to know why he's making this throw on check downs. We talk about, okay, hey, if I'm doing a bubble on a check down, try to go a little bit upfield, or if I'm doing a sit down over the ball, try to, you know what I'm saying, which way he's going to throw it, or which way he's going to be able to kind of lead me up the field to kind of help me out. So, a lot of people just think that, football is just get the ball and throw it or just hand it off and you run, but like there's so much logistics to it, man. Like if the O-line ain't blocking right, if they ain't reaching on the outside zone, 9 times out of 10 you might have to cut it. Well, where's the cutback going to be? Is it going to be in the A gap? Going to be in the B gap? What I'm saying? It's a lot going on. What if you doing a 12 personnel? It's 2, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Now it's your tight ends. Are they physical blockers? Are they just going to get in front of their man? You know what I'm saying? Our tight ends are like studs, man.
So y'all got all of that memorized, like every play,
they got to.
playbook. Yeah. So like, I'm definitely out there with like 2.
Oh God,
What do you say again?
Oh, man,
I just need one line where I'm supposed to go. Like,
see, that's the difference. Is like when I first came to Vandy, we were all signals.
Yeah.
So I remember just being like, what? Like, because our signal, it was like it'd be a long play, and as a running back, you got to pay attention to really one thing. If it's a run, you just gotta see signal bet I'm ready. If it's a pass, you gotta like, oh damn, what's the signal for the pass? You know what I'm saying? So now since I've been in college, like the offense we got our OC came from the Rams. So he was at Kentucky in 2021 and led them to a 10-3 season, and then end up going back to the Rams to be their OC in 2022, and then came back to us in 2023.
That's a crazy life.
It's crazy. But when our playbook is strictly NFL.
So how quick did it take you to learn it?
Learn it.
So I know you said you got there in the spring, right?
Yeah, I got there in the spring. So, obviously we had OTAs, we had like spring ball and stuff like that. I would say by like the third day of OTAs, I really felt I was comfortable. Mm-hmm. I felt comfortable. I knew what I was doing. First day, I ain't know nothing, obviously.
Compare the offenses from, obviously, Kentucky,
obviously,
that
Kentucky
book
to Vandy.
Yeah.
Vandy, I would say we were more spread.
Mm-hmm.
We were spread. We were more, I want to say we were 60-40 pass to run.
Yeah.
Depending on who our quarterback was. If you had AJ it's going to be 60-40 run. If you had Mike, it was going to be 80-20 run. Because he was a runner.
Yeah.
Mike was a runner, man. What? Man was a 4-3 guy. So that was spread. Now being at Kentucky, it's pro style. So it's a lot of under the gun. It's going to be some spread, but it's more like, Kentucky's been known to be a big running team. You have Benny Snells, you have Chris Rodriguez, you have Boone Williams. Our head coach is like, he wants to run the ball. So it's going to be pro style. It's going to be a lot of under the center. It's going to be a lot of, obviously I can't say what we exactly do, but you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of different stuff. So I truthfully think, this might, I think this is going to be the best season I've ever had in college football. And I'm hoping it's going to transition to me to the league because, the way we talking, I should be, again, in that range of 1,200 to 1,300 rushing yards, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully total about 1,500.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in the pass game, too, man.
That's what I expect out of you.
Look at the schedule, the UK schedule, football schedule.
Yeah, we got a good, we got our first four, hopefully.
He's already used to playing against all those guys in the SEC
but it's different, though. Like, obviously, I think being at Vandy and you're preparing for Georgia and Bama, a lot of guys are like, are we going to win? Is it
the mentalities?
Yeah. But Kentucky, they, what?
He finna get off.
What? Our first four games is straight.
Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah.
Akron.
Then we got to go to that one.
Now Vandy one is gonna be here. The crazy thing is I wish it was night, but then I know the fan support don't come out. So I just hope it's a day game and get up out of there. But we got Bama at Kentucky.
It gets smoky.
It gets smoky, right? It go Florida, Bama, Georgia,
Mizzou.
Then I think
Tennessee,
we got a what?
Mississippi State, Bama, Carolina, then Louisville. Jesus Christ.
That's definitely given that scouts plenty tape.
That's what I'm saying. It get wild, but also what I've also learned is that even being at Vandy, right? Even when we played Bama and Georgia, you gotta think about scouts are going to go watch the Georgia and Bama guys. So it's if you go off against those games, the scouts are like, whoa,
who's this?
Because the crazy thing about it, so I went off against Ole Miss. I put up 105 against Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. So I ended up getting an interview. Alyssa Lang from ESPN called me at practice. So I knew it was going to be a big game for me the next game. But we played Georgia the next game. I didn't do well. So then no one interviewed for Georgia. So then I go off against South Carolina. They call me for Kentucky. So they always call. When you have a good game and you're a person that they know, they'll call you a day or two before the game to do a report on you, and then they'll speak about you during the game if you're going off. Yeah. So it's I always was man, when we played Georgia, and I'm I don't care whether, sad to say, I never really cared if we won or lost. I knew individually I got to try to go off.
You got to snap. Yeah.
But it was hard because the guys we had, like I said, I love my team at Vandy. I love those guys. I've gone to war with them for 2 years. Those dudes are. It's a good team. I hope in the future they become better and better as the years go on. But I always tell people when people ask me what's the difference between Kentucky and Vandy was that a lot of guys on Vandy teams are future CEOs and managers and big time guys who are going to make 6-7 figures in the real life world.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Guys at Kentucky, a lot of these dudes the league is all they got. Yeah. So they going to come and work and be a dog and have that dog mentality every day. Because in their mind, in order to put their family in a better position is to make it to that level. Yeah. So the days that we supposed to be off, those dudes are in there working. Yeah. The days we in, you know what I'm saying, it's not mandatory but voluntarily, dudes are working. And at Vandy, don't get me wrong, those dudes worked, but
shit, they got exams, papers to write.
that's what I'm saying. They got stuff to do.
They don't even really mess with their student athletes like that.
Yeah, so
bro, we gotta
them
go
professors
study.
is nah.
Tripping.
You got an
trying to
assignment
lift
to
weights
turn
and
in.
shit. Like we.
oh God.
So basically, you're not bringing knives to a gunfight no more.
Hell no. I'll be real. Like when I was
Nah,
preparing for
sure.
games, man, like I just would be like, damn, we got them. All right, bet. Let me take my little Lottie King shot before the game, and get to work. And you know, and it's also a talent factor too. I mean, you know, when we were playing against Georgia, Bama,
I was gonna say,
Tennessee,
how's that UGA? That
man, it was just. I mean, we lost 55-0, and I mean, I think a lot of guys gave up after like the first quarter, because the first quarter we held them. I think it was only like 3-0 in the first quarter. We fought, and then once they went up like 21-0, guys were like,
yeah.
And there's some guys. I'm not saying everybody.
Yeah.
Some guys, but you know, that's just the mentality that we had, man. Like we weren't dogs.
Yeah.
And I think we became. I think our coaches just let us play ball towards the tail end, and I think that's why we started winning, because there wasn't so much expectation on us as individuals or even as like players. It was like, go out there and just play a game, man.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, whatever the result there is, the result is the result. And I think that's why you saw that in Kentucky, man.
We're champions of life.
Ruining out here ruining seasons, ruining bowl expectations.
30% of like about 60% of y'all gonna be CEOs at these banks, man.
Yeah,
other 40% is probably just gonna be chilling.
They'll be okay.
But they'll still be making money.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm blessed about. Is I will say I got the degree, man.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm blessed about. Is I never would have thought growing up. Like I grew up in foster care. You know what I'm saying? Like I came from a real rough background, to where like if anybody had told me at the age of just even 12, like you'd be going to Vanderbilt, top institution, and getting a degree, and you know being able to go through 4 years without paying a college, like I'll look at you and go, man, what you smoking?
Yeah.
I look at somebody and
That's a blessing, man.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man.
that's
It's a blessing, and definitely, you know what I'm saying. But I always, like I tell people, is like I do this for everybody else. I do it for my family, man. You know what I'm saying? Like any chance I can get back to my family, I'm gonna do it. You know, like to know my sister wants to go to college. My sister's 21. She was kind of just chilling. She was working and kind of in the normal life. But you know, I took her to all my visits when I was in the portal. Like I was like, I flew my sister out from California, and I said, I'm gonna take you to my visits. I would meet coaches out for dinner. I bring my sister, because I wanted her to see how like a college really wanted me, and I had the opportunity to go to college to get a degree. And it did exactly what I needed to do. When we got to Kentucky, I think we left. She called me like, I think I want to go to college. She goes like, I really want to get my degree. And I mean, so she moved to Kentucky. So she lives with me. I brought her out here today. We drove.
So she goes to University of Kentucky.
No, so she goes to the community college. She's gonna do that for 2 years, and then she's gonna end up going to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And you know, and for me, I was like, man, I'll pay for your college so damn fast. If you really want to go to college, I will. Whatever, how much, don't matter.
And the people in Lexington will let you know you're on a good path.
Yeah,
making
you're on
sure
a good
everything's
path,
straight.
man.
Yeah.
And just to even have her, I think, you know, I haven't been home since 2019. So it was hard to really see family. You know,
COVID and everything like that.
And me and my sister, we close. We were born on the same day. She's 2 years behind me. We've always been super close. So to be able to watch her and look and see how she grows as an individual, you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. It's like obviously like, you know, you got a son, y'all got, you know what I'm saying, you got kids, so it's like, you know, obviously that's my sister, but it feels like a moment where like I'm seeing her grow up and become the best person she can be every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen her, you know, like life has hit her hard. Yeah. But like she don't crack, she don't fold, she always find a way to elevate. And I'm looking at him like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get to see
it's in the bloodline.
Yeah, like everybody saw me do it. So now I get to see her do it. And I tell you, she don't complain. She'll wake up, go to work.
What's she going to school for?
She's a nurse. She's doing nursing.
That's perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Over there in Lexington.
She'll be a sports agent.
Yeah.
Gonna be brother's agent.
She's smart, bro.
Keep it in the fam.
Yeah. She's the only one in the family that will like whenever we go out to eat or something, and like we'll get the wrong order or something, I'll just be like, man, I'll forget. I'll just eat it.
She gonna say something.
What? Excuse me.
Say what?
Excuse me. Like,
can you bring out the cook?
Yeah, she don't care. So I to know that she's like the strong one in the family is real, man. But you know, I appreciate her every day.
And I know that's big, having, you know, someone that close in your family, you know, be that close to you.
Yeah, for sure.
While you're in Kentucky, in a new place.
Yeah, for sure. That's big.
Any of your other siblings play sports?
So I have a younger brother who ran track. I don't know if he's running track anymore. I think he stopped. I had my older brother played at Northern Montana. He played D3.
Okay.
I mean, he was a baller in high school too. He transitioned from quarterback to receiver, so he had a pretty good career over there. You know, he got his degree. I think he just kind of was towards just playing ball, to play ball. But right now, I'm kind of like the only active athlete right now in the family. You know, a lot of my siblings are smart, man. They're so smart. I had a brother go to USC. I had a sister go to
tough to get.
He's the smartest. I always tell people I'm the smartest because I went to Vandy, but he's definitely the smartest in the family. I had my sister go to University of Reno. I had another sister go to University of Chico. You know, it's a lot of people who are smart in the family. Obviously, my sister's going to community college in Kentucky. I'm at Kentucky. My brother was at Sac State running a tracker school in Sacramento. And then we just after that, it's just all young.
Everybody's elevating now.
I mean, you had to, man. Like I said, we didn't all really know each other. We didn't meet each other since 2014. Mm-hmm. I didn't meet all my siblings since 2014. I only knew. You
want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you know, growing up, you know, I was actually the only person in my family who grew up in foster care. You know, I was in foster care from the age of 8 to 16. I lived with my biological mom. You know, my biological mom was a single mother. You know, my mom was pregnant at 14, had me at 15. So you got to understand that, you know, when you're that young and you don't have support, you know, you're all by yourself. Right. So my mom was a strong, independent, you know, single mom, and she did everything she can. You know, so once she got older, it was kind of reversed. You know, when she was young, she had to be an adult at an early age. So as I got older, she kind of started to go through her youth years. When she got to those 20s and, you know, high 20s, it was youth years for her because I was older. So she ended up having my little brother and my little sister. So I spent most of my time taking care of them, and you know, obviously a lot of stuff happened growing up. You know, a lot of things just occurred, and unfortunately, at the age of 12, I had to make the decision to split me and my siblings up. You know, we were in the homeless shelter for a while, and my sister and my little brother, my sister's godmom only wanted them two. She didn't want me. So it was, you know, take the risk and stay together and get shipped to Reno, and because it was already hard to find homes in California, and especially for me being 12, my sister I think my sister was maybe like 7, and then my brother was like still in his months years. He was probably like just pushing 1.
So it was probably like
he's 12.
So a part of me was like I was already throwing people off because I was too old. So people were just like. So when her godmom said she wanted them, it was like, do I want them to have the best life they live, or do I want them to go through the system like me? So I made the decisions for them to go, you know, live in a normal world. And so when they did that, I ended up staying in a homeless shelter for about maybe like another month. It was so hard to find people to take me in. You know, I ended up moving in with my grandma. You know, it was definitely rough for my grandma. I lived with so many different people. I lived with my grandma. I lived with my teachers. Ben was my 3rd grade teacher. My 5th grade teacher, he ended up marrying someone who was a kindergarten teacher at the same elementary school. So I lived with them. I lived with them from 7th grade to about 9th grade. Wow. I lived with my grandma from 3rd grade to 5th grade, partially a little bit of 6th grade. Then I ended up living with some lady named Frankie from 6th to halfway through 7th. 7th to about freshman year was with Ben and Laura. Went back to my grandma freshman year. But when I was younger, obviously, I had lived with like so many different people. Then by like my sophomore year, I met a woman named Laura. I don't know if y'all ever seen The Blind Side. So like she was like my Lou and Tutty. Like she literally like it was. Long story short, I was playing basketball. I had no ride back home. She had a lot of room in her car. It was only her son Brad, who I call my brother now to this day. Right. And she was like, "If I give you a ride, I'm gonna ask you 100 questions." And I thought it was a joke. Because I had no data at that time. I didn't have no phone. So I needed a personal hotspot. So she was like, if I give you my personal hotspot, you got to answer 100 questions.
And she grilled you, huh?
And she asked me 300 questions. And from that day on, man, like, I call that woman my mom. Like, she's changed my whole life. You know, from that drive to the next day, inviting me over for dinner, like, giving me a real phone, like, setting me up on a family plan. Like, she just, you know, she never asked for anything back. Yeah. She just wanted me. She knew that there was something about me that was meant for this world. And she got me to the boarding school. She just kind of like took care of me. And, you know, and every day, you know, like I always tell people, like, I don't do it for myself. You know, I do it for all 14 siblings, because at the end of the day, like, when I was down bad, like, I didn't have the support, but I don't want nobody to feel how I felt. nobody in my family. I don't want anybody to feel like they were alone. They don't have help. They can't get resources. Like, cause that hurt me when I was young, man. Like, to have so many people now want to come to games and do all this stuff for me that's in my extended family. I'm like, where were y'all when I was in that homeless shelter for 2 months?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I had a phone at that time on Wi-Fi and I'm hitting y'all up, like, somebody come get me from this shelter.
Yeah.
Like,
Get me up out of here.
Like, I'm homeless right now.
Jeez.
But
yeah,
10 years later, X amount of years later, y'all
in
want
the
tickets
portal.
for y'all want a ticket for a game. Y'all want
Yeah.
merchandise. Y'all want this, like, and I don't blame them
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I don't know their situation. Maybe financially they couldn't take in another kid. Maybe they didn't have the room. But it's like someone could have came and got me, man, or someone could have just came and kicked it with me.
yeah,
I'm at the shelter, man. When you had the shelter, because it was for younger kids, you couldn't go out. You couldn't leave and go into the real world until they found you a home. So, like,
You felt like you was locked up.
Yeah, I woke up every day. I went from the room I was sleeping in to the main area room, and this is when they had the VCRs. I'm just putting on movies and watching movies. That's all I could do from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep.
shit, damn,
And every day I was like, damn, is somebody gonna adopt me? What's up?
yeah,
Right.
They said, like, you know, you're older, so a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people want kids that they can develop and grow as a
Yeah.
kid.
They probably felt like you probably already had.
I was 12,
You was
you know what I'm
doing your
saying?
own
Like,
thing, yeah.
doing my own thing. I
Smart,
was older,
yeah.
smart. I already been through so much, so, you know, those are like the roughest times of my life, but I always look back at it like, man, I'm happy I went through. Like, I've seen so much. Like, I've seen my mom get beat. I've seen my mom go through so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in my younger ages in elementary school, so, like, I always was like, man, like, I gotta go hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom risked so much being a single mom. Like, it was times where, and it sounds cliche, but like she didn't eat.
Yeah.
She'd make sure you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
watched my mom steal from Walgreens just because I wanted tacos one night. I'm out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Walgreens, still a little shredded lettuce, the taco shells, all the shit.
Whatever she
Take her
gotta
home,
do.
whatever she could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ended up getting caught, but the officer was like, I'm gonna let you go because I see your 2 kids.
Yeah.
And every day I'm like, man, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? If I could go back and change everything, which I can't, but now
Yeah.
I got control to dictate my future.
Yeah.
So if I want to go back and help my mom in the situation she in now, I'm gonna go back and help her.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, like, every decision I made when I went to the portal, like, I had to think about my family, man.
Right.
I couldn't think about the Vandy coaches and what was best for them because
Yeah.
how I play dictate if they get to feed their family.
Yep.
Right.
You feel me? So, but also how I play dictate how I feed my
Your
family.
yeah.
So as much as I would love to help you out, coach, man,
You got to help
at
you.
the end of the day, you still gonna have that fat salary. You still gonna live in that big house.
Yeah.
Kids gonna still come up to you every day and call you daddy and still be happy with a smile on their face.
Yeah. You got to get
My mom
yours.
can't do that right now. You know what I'm saying? Financially, she can't do that. She can't. You know what I'm saying? My siblings can't do that. So it was like, man, I gotta.
Yeah, you got to get
I
yours.
gotta get mine, man. So that was, and like I said, everything I do is for them, man. I go hard.
I
every
believe you
day.
made the best decision by transferring.
I'm blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't look back at it. I don't ever regret it. I always tell people I never regret making a decision in my life. Once I start looking back and starting to regret, then I lose myself and my self identity.
Right.
At the end of the day, every decision I made is a reason why I'm here, whether good or bad. And you got roll with the punches, man. You know what I'm saying? I try not to look back on things. When I look back on things, I start to really just like lose myself. Feel me? So I always look forward, man. I try to have a tunnel vision because, like, I just got to ball, man. I got to go hard every day in everything I do. And I think the good thing about Kentucky is, like, I have that opportunity to focus on ball.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to just focus on ball because they know my goal.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, we want to go far. We want to win a chip, man. We want to win the SEC. We want to win a natty. So it's like they giving me that ability to, hey, you got one class. Once you're done with your class, man,
All football.
It's up to you.
What
If
you
you
wanna do.
really want it,
Yeah.
go watch film. That's
Right.
why I didn't go home. I could have went home. I could have finally went home in May. Like this month right now, I could be home right now.
Right.
I said, nah, bro, I'm going to stay in Lexington. I'm going to stay in Kentucky. I'm going to work out. I'm going to ball, watch film, and that's all I need to do. Man, when I go home, let me go home with a hat that says whatever NFL team I'm on and go home and celebrate with the family.
Absolutely.
That's when I need to come home for a little draft party or when I'm already drafted and kicking it with the fam.
Yeah.
I always tell my family that I'm going to come home when I'm drafted.
Yeah.
Right now,
You on a mission.
yeah, there's no reason to come
Yeah.
home when I'm going to come home empty-handed.
Yeah.
I'm going to come home with some smiles and kisses to everybody for what?
Yeah. I
ain't
can't do what I
achieved
need to
nothing.
do if I go home and
Yeah.
I can't put that focus in.
Hell no, man.
You gotta
Definitely.
stay locked in.
Definitely where I'm from, man. Like, everybody be like, oh, San Francisco. Like, I can tell you where I'm from, man. It's the trenches. Like, I grew up in the Fillmore district, Hayes Valley to be exact, man. And I can't even count the number on my hands how many people I lost, like, close to me. Like, cousins from friends to childhood friends. Like, I want to say about at least 60%, 70% of dudes I play with on Pop Warner is dead right now.
Jeez,
on God.
That's crazy.
Like, seriously. And it's like like everybody in the city always pushing me, and you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love from my hometown. Shout out to Bay. I got a lot of love for them because it's like every dude who had the opportunity either is dead right now or just chose it, you know what I'm saying, go on the streets. So that's why I went to boarding school. Like, boarding school wasn't a bad thing. Like, I wasn't a bad kid. Yeah. I was like, bro, I'm finally out the foster care system. I couldn't leave the state for so long.
Yeah.
I got a chance to go to a school that was $50K a year for free.
Focus on football.
To focus on ball, man, why not? And that one thing I love was that, like, every decision I made was solely on me.
Yeah.
My dad never, you know what I'm saying, forced me to make a decision. My mom never forced me to make a decision. It was solely on me. So when I left to go to New York, man, that was my own decition. And
At what age did you leave to go to New York?
I left 16. So
16?
My dad got full custody of me at 16. You know, because when I was still in the system, so, like, in order for me to go out of state, we had to go to the courthouse for my dad to get legal custody of me. So we had to, like, kind of convince a judge to let my dad get full custody of me. Because my dad was incarcerated for, like, half my life. You feel me? We weren't even that close for so long. And then we became close. So we had to convince a judge, like, listen, like, my dad got his life on track. He's working. He's in his kid's life. You know, on top of that, my son wants to go 2,500 miles away to New York. So we convinced him, and I think I was 16. I was in the courthouse. We told him everything. Bro threw me a teddy bear and was like, you know what I'm saying, like, not a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying, have success stories.
Yeah.
Like, you got a chance to go make one. Yeah. He said, so I'm going to grant your dad full custody, and what you do with your life is up to you now. And I remember that every day. Like, every day I wake up, I'm like, bro.
Well, this is like a movie script for real. Man. You got a hell of a life, bro.
Everybody always tell me to write a book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely got to write a book.
Yeah, you still got a couple more chapters.
Yeah, I got a couple more chapters for sure. But
Yeah.
I always tell people I want to write a book, but I don't at the same time because I'm so upfront, truthful about what happened in my life. But I don't want nobody to ever discredit my mom. Yeah. Because, you know what I'm saying, she had to do a lot of things for, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody to ever sit there and go, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of mom was she? No, my mom did everything she can to raise me and without no help.
I can't even imagine being 15 and being a parent, bro. I'm 31 and I ain't got no kids.
I had my first son at 35 and shit. It's tough.
About 15, I think about 15, you just a freshman in
high school. You ain't got no job.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? No job. Like, my grandma, I love my grandma, but, like, my grandma was no support to her at all.
Yeah, your grandma doesn't expect it's
support.
Just,
so, like I said, my mom did a lot of stuff that I know she ain't proud of to this day, but, like, that was the only way to make sure her kids got what they needed to, in order. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to give their kid a better life than they had. And my mom did everything she could with the lack of resources that she had. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with my story, like, I don't want nobody to ever be like, damn, his mom was a terrible. No. My mom did everything she could to raise me to the best of her ability and raise my other two siblings. Nice. You gotta think about it. We lived in a minority area.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
We were on Section 8 housing.
Oh, got you.
We're on Section 8 housing. Yeah. You know, on top of that, so we missed one little rent. Oh, we out. There was plenty of time, man. We lived so many different places. I've slept on so many different couches, been on so many friends' cribs when I was like in elementary. I missed 86 days of elementary school. 86 days.
Did they hold you back a year? Or?
Yeah, I was held back a year for sure, but I missed 86 days because it was like, you know, obviously nobody take care of my sister, nobody take care of my little brother.
Yeah,
you know,
so you had to stay there and watch them.
Yeah, to stay there because, you know, like I said, my mom was young.
Younger,
My mom was young, so, you know, she'd be out partying and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But at the time, obviously, I'm young, so I didn't really know ages like that. You feel me? I knew my age. I didn't know. Now I know being 23. Yeah, your 20s is your best year. Yeah. Once you get out your 20s, and it's you know, now it's time to, you know, chill out. But so I never knew. My mom was in her, you know, low 20s, so obviously she was going out and stuff like that. So like, I'm like, dang, like I would get my sister ready for school. Me and my sister went to the same school, so I would get her ready for school, walk her down there because we live right up the block. I'd walk her down, walk her in, I'd walk back out because I had to go back up and take care of my little brother. My little brother, like I said, he was still an infant. He was a little baby. So, like, my mom would sometimes be in her room.
Right.
So I had to go and take care of him a little bit. So I'd have to miss so many days of school. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know what I'm saying? I had
Growing
to do
up fast.
I was a grown man by the age of 8. I swear to God.
You was making mature decisions.
Yeah, you
I
done
was a
changed more
grown-
diapers than I have, for sure.
Yeah.
I was a grown man at 8. You know, and that taught me so much.
Yeah.
To where, like I said, every decision I make now, I'm 100% confident in it. I will never sit back and be like and question that decision. Because when I was young, I didn't have time. I didn't have time to think. I had to. Am I going to school today? Nope. I gotta take care of my little brother. Let me get my sister ready. I learned how to braid hair. Quickly put her in a little ponytail. Boom. Get her dressed. Walk her down to school. Walk back up. I couldn't blink. I couldn't make no southern. You know what I'm saying? Like I had any decision I made, I had to. This is what I live with. And from 18 to 23 now, like any decision I make, I live with it. Good or bad, whatever. If it's bad, face the consequences. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not too crazy, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like anything, I just face it. And I'm like, man, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? And I got, you know, in my house, I got 12 other siblings. I gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta take care of at the same time. A lot of them are older. My older brother's 24. So obviously I don't need to take care of him. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I still look out for him a lot. You know, anything he need, he hit me up. I got a little brother, LeVar, he's 21, he just had a baby.
Yeah.
So obviously having a baby at 21 is a lot.
Yeah.
So just for someone to talk, you know, he called me and just talked. Man, what's up? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So
everybody's still kids. 24 year oldest, 24. You still young at 24. Still trying to figure life out.
You still young for sure, man. You still young.
That's
being 23,
crazy dynamic.
I always tell people I feel so old being 23 because I had to be. I was old at 8, so I always like. I mean, I don't even like going out no more. I don't like doing nothing no more.
Well, hold on. I mean, you don't like going out. You was at Vandy though. You didn't really go out at Vandy.
When I got here in my junior year for sure.
Yeah.
But like, and then I just
Nashville to do it to you.
Yeah, I think like we used to do Friday, Saturdays, and then at a point I was like, I can't do double days no more.
Was y'all going down Broadway?
Yeah, we was going down Broadway. Yeah. So like when I first got
here. Is that
here,
where you first adapted the cowboy hat swag?
Oh man,
he was wearing the cowboy hat swag.
My
man was wearing the cowboy hat before the Vandy games.
Now he trying to like, you know what I'm saying, play me.
Man,
I lost the bet. I lost the bet. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put on the cowboy hat. I had to rock it for the Georgia game. So unfortunately we lost. But hey, it's on the merchandise now. Yeah. And that's the most favorite merchandise everybody loves.
So you are rocking the hat up there.
I put the cowboy hat on the merchandise. It sells. You know what I'm saying? Everybody love that stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You got a long tee. You know what I'm saying? Anybody listening, hey, go buy the merchandise. Kentucky branded. For also, Fanatics got jerseys, replica, everything, but the Kentucky branded. So we got a bunch of shirts. Obviously, we got youth shirts. We got animations. So it's an animation of me running the ball. It's a cartoon. It's fire. And they man,
they definitely brought some gear for us, man.
I literally had.
You said you didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
Go ahead, send the link.
I'm about to say, drop the link.
I know you're gonna say.
I'm about to say, he grabbed me. He looked out for me.
I need.
Well, no, I had to support. He put the link on Fanatics. I said, hey man, let me go on. Let me cop.
Yeah, man. Nah.
As soon as I seen it, I sent him the screenshot for the money order.
Real dude right here. Real guy. It's crazy too, cause like, you know what I'm saying. When I first came to the barbershop, I swear I thought Keith was me. I thought he was mean. Cause I'm saying
mean?
Yeah, cause
he don't be saying.
That's what I'm saying. He get, you know what I'm saying, cut, all right, next, cut. So like he's so locked in.
Yeah.
So I think my first time I got cut, I barely even said anything. And then True, when we did the thing here, I'm like, all right, bro, cool, bro. Like I just never spoke to him.
Yeah.
So from sister, he know every time, man. Like sometimes I just text him, yo, you got to open it? I'm sliding.
I don't even know how did I run into you? Like, cause white dude chopping, I know I didn't just walk in.
I think you got to cut from one of the other barbers, but I always see you at the games and shit. So
I never found a home in Nashville. Nashville barbers are real iffy.
Oh
like,
God, what?
They wanted you to book appointments and all this shit.
Hell no,
man. We men. You got some time? Pull up on me. Yeah. You got time? I got time.
I swear to God, I just pulled up.
I do the same thing. I text them and be like, hey, bro, you need like a smoothie or something? I'm finna.
by slide.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you ain't got nobody in there, dude.
We'll see. So that's how you know. Like,
Shit, I want him to come when it's busy anyway. It's like a traffic jam.
Yeah,
so now I
now
gotta
you
talk.
gotta talk to him.
It's a free meeting. I gotta get good 45 minutes of
Oh God!
about
I made the transition. I was on the DMs hitting him up till I got the number. I'm like, yo, so I call him. You know, I call him. Hey, you got any? Yeah, just come through. Bet.
You got a barber in Lexington already?
Yeah, I ended up getting one. This dude named Josh. He was cool though.
Okay.
But the first time I didn't get one, I can't. I
you drove all the way down here to
I
get a
drove
cut.
all the way back to Nashville to get a
That
cut.
type of shit.
I woofed it for a month. I wouldn't let nobody touch me for a month.
That's crazy.
I said I drove.
He's seen how many pictures he got to take every time he go
Yeah.
eat. He
Oh,
said, "Nah,
yeah.
I gotta stay
I
chopped
need
now."
a cut. And I ended up getting a cut when I came down here. I came down here on a Friday, and then next day I had the autograph stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I need a cut, man. I ain't let nobody touch me out there for like a good 2 months. I woofed it. After I got cut from him, I woofed it for like a good 3-4 weeks. And then one of my strength coaches was like, I got this dude named Josh. He a white boy too. Hard though. He cool white boy. For me, I go in, but see, he by schedule. Like he like, but he also like if you have four, you have four.
Yeah.
Like he gonna
You
make
gotta
sure
be
he
there.
done.
Oh.
So then like, and when you have four, so it's like if I come in and like when I cut like today, I went and got a cut today by him. I had a four. Like he makes sure he's done by 4. So that 4 is strictly for me.
You walking in, going straight
Walk
to the
in,
chair.
like he's sitting there waiting for me. I go in, I get cut, I bounce up.
So you take care of like all the basketball.
Oh yeah, all the players.
So he's
all the
the
players.
guy.
Yeah, I'm about to say
He's
he's the
locked
guy.
in.
Yeah, I'm about to say they put me on when because my strength coach was like, who you be getting cut by? So I was like, oh, I got my guy in Nashville. I like only let him touch my hair right now. And then I was like, I got my guy in Nashville. He was like, bro, I got a guy for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta drive 3 hours. I was like, I'm cool woofing it. I'll woof it and drive to 3 hours. I just make a weekend out of it.
Yeah.
I come to Nashville, chill with Brady and them and get cut.
Right.
So then Josh was like, I got you. So I've been getting cut by him for like probably like this like my 3rd time getting cut by him. He cool though.
Yeah.
He's straight. You know what I'm saying? But I still rock with you though.
Nah.
I knew I was
Shout out to Josh,
Yeah, I'm about
man.
to say,
Yeah,
shout out to Josh. I was getting here late, so I was like, damn, I can't even get a cut. My graduation tomorrow.
Oh, for real.
My
You
first
know I opened up the
graduation.
shop for you. But
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I got in at like 7. Now I had to chill with my sister, get some food, and then I know for sure she didn't want to come sit with me to get a haircut.
Yeah.
I had to drop her off at the hotel, and I'm like, let me just get a cut earlier.
Yeah, you gotta
I had
show up
to get
at
a
dude
cut,
at like
man.
6 a.m. type, 6, 7 a.m.
Man, 'cause I be telling myself like I'm gonna be that dude in the league who get a cut before a game.
Yeah.
as
if
you
I-
should,
You ain't
If
the
man.
I
only
play
one.
a 12 o'clock game, like I'm gonna tell my barber, yo, I need you to slide
Fresh
in.
line.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Fresh
I need you to
line.
fly in on a
Fresh
Saturday.
line.
You know what I'm saying? I get you a ticket for a game.
Fresh
Come
line.
kick it with all the dudes on the team.
I'm battling you, Josh.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, battle Josh, man. But Josh already, man, he locked in because he got
all the other
he got
Kentucky
all the other
players.
cats, man. You know what I'm saying? He cool with all the dudes. You know what I'm saying? All the NFL dudes, all the NBA dudes. He cool with all them.
Oh yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
You on that $100 cut time.
Yeah, not me though. Hell no. I'll tell you that now.
Send that me.
I ain't about to pay no.
He said this NIL money.
Yeah, nah,
this
I'm
going
going
somewhere else.
Hell no. I look at him and go, $100? Shave my head off. I will never need a cut no more then. $100? And it's
He said,
crazy.
"Here, man, sell this football."
Yeah.
Bro, I'd be like,
Do what you gotta do.
I signed something for you. That's $100, right? That's a $100 voucher
Yeah,
ticket
do what
right
you
there.
gotta do.
Just go do that. I'll be like, go buy. How about you go buy 2 sweatshirts on a Kentucky branded merchandise? It's $100 right there. I'll buy you 2 and give it to you.
Right.
So I'll be telling him, but no, that's cool, man. I like getting cut by him. He cool people. They got some good people up there, man. It's definitely, I do believe in the Southern hospitality out here though. They got good people in Kentucky and in Nashville. They got good people.
It's gonna turn up.
They
there
showing you a lot of
football
love up
season.
there, though.
It's gonna turn up. How you going? You chilling in the house?
Yeah, that's all I do, man. I'll be real. I just chill in the crib with my
After y'all
sister.
beat UT.
Who got you locked down in the crib like
Nobody,
that, man?
man. It's me. It's me. I'll be real. It's
They supposed to
me.
be out there, man.
Yeah, no, man. Like I was out there the first 2 weeks, but I saw like I can't even go like eat, bro. Like I can't even like go to Chipotle and sit in line, getting asked for pictures, going to Drake's like the little spot there. Like I just was like, bro, that yeah, I'm new to
You're
it.
not used to that right
but
now.
I don't like I like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, cause
Some days I be having bad days, man. But like I don't want to. I had went my old shorty I had messed with out here. She got her Lipscomb, so she drove down to visit me. She stayed for like a day, and we went to like this place called went to Malibu Jacks. It's like a big amusement park. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Dave and Buster's, but it's like kind of for little kids too. And we walking around. I got no Kentucky. Wherever I go, I don't wear Kentucky gear. I'm wearing like my temple gear. I'm wearing like just old stuff. And his dad noticed me. He's like, Ray Davis.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And we was there for about an hour and a half. I only spent 25 minutes actually playing games and spending time with her.
And the
The rest was just like, he had 15 kids. Every kid wanted an individual photo. Like, instead of taking a group photo, every kid wanted, and then they followed us everywhere we went. So every game I was on, they was there. And like, like the little graphic thing where you move with the little roller coaster stuff and you can shoot stuff, they all hopped in on us. So now, like, it's me and her, but we got 7 little kids in the game with us. So they like, Ray, they like, Ray, can you add us on PlayStation? Can you play? Do you play Fortnite? And then my shout out to Ryan, my agent in Kentucky. His son's birthday. We went to his son's birthday. It was me, Dane Key, Tavion, Dion. We went and Dev, and it was like, we were just bombarded by kids. Like, I'm driving my car. I had to make sure I couldn't hit one of them because they all ran up to the car, like knocking on the window. I'm like, bro, chill out, bro. You gonna pay for my window? Like, knocking on the window and stuff, asking for pictures. But it's great. You know what I'm saying? I love it because when I was that little kid. But some days I'm like, bro, y'all don't even know. Like, man, I'm tired. I had homework. I've been up since 5:30 in the morning, and I gotta smile and take pictures, and like everybody wants to talk about football.
Like, I'm just trying to get some draws. Man.
Oh God, I'm just trying to shout. Like, I was in a Kentucky Derby just recently. You know what I'm saying?
How was it?
Oh, what, man? I'm never going again, man. You know how much money I spent?
You spent money?
Nah, I ain't spent money.
Yeah.
But like, I want everybody to know I spent money. I spent money.
Nah, there's a lot of money walking around in that. Did you have to, what you wear?
Oh, I was, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Macy's, you know what I'm saying? Got a little jacket, you know what I'm saying? Some pants, a nice button-up shirt. I was rocking the pink tie, threw that off, and just, you know what I'm saying?
Hot
let the little
there.
chest hair show. My sister grabbed a Jess from Dillard's, but we went out there, man. I think our tickets was like $1,500. We was in grandstand. It was cool. We got a lot of watch, you know, horses and just learn about it. You know, our quarterback was in the big time. Our quarterback was on the red carpet with all the top guys. You know what I'm saying? He assigned to a crazier agency, so they got him that. But I was just happy, man. I always tell people, like, I never thought in life I'd be at the Kentucky Derby. Right. You know, I never thought I'd be wearing some good, you know what I'm saying, some decent stuff, and just, you know what I'm saying. When I didn't grow up shopping at Macy's. I was at Goodwill. So it was crazy. So you just like kind of what I do in my free time. Yeah. Really? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you like to do in your free time, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. I just said this on one of the interviews I do. I'm an old man out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I just be chilling watching shows. But now I actually
What kind of shows?
I'm watching. I watched a bunch, man. But I'm watching Smallville right now. That was like in 2001.
Like your top 3, Smallville.
No, top 3.
Oh, my bad.
Top 3. The Wire. I just started The Wire. I ain't gonna lie. I've been on that. So that's definitely one. 2 would probably be The Watcher. Y'all ever seen that? The Watcher.
I've heard people talk about that.
That's 5 for sure. And then lastly, I would say, God, I watch so many shows, man. I probably would say Wednesday. The show Wednesday.
A lot of people talk about that too. Some on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's fine though. But when I'm not watching shows, you know what I'm saying, I actually just started this on my own podcast. So last time I was here, we talked about my PWI podcast I was doing called The Minority Experiences, you know, based upon my own experience at Vandy. But I actually just started this podcast. You
got a lot of those.
Oh, man. It was a lot of experiences, man, at Vandy. It was crazy, bro. But I just started this podcast. We still kind of coming up with names, but the name so far we got right now is called The Come Up Show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so just kind of speaking about life, just kind of what you know what I'm saying, like when we have guests, you know, obviously it's like just kind of like their experience of what brought them to where they are in life, not just about sports, you know, whether you finally achieved the goal you wanted in life, getting the job you want, or maybe just you haven't even got to where you want to go, you know what I'm saying? So you talk about the progress of what you need to get to where you want to go. So we actually just got our spot. I don't even know how to pronounce them, so I'm not going to botch it, but
no, you good.
We just got this big time company that just actually is sponsoring us, so we're actually going to be nationally televised Our show's gonna be nationally televised, and then we'll also be on Spotify, Apple Music, other different platforms.
Share the plug. Share the plug.
I'll be real. Let me. Try. I'm gonna spell
we'll
it
do
out.
that off the air.
I'm about to say I'll spell it out because I don't know how to say it.
Y'all already start like.
So bro, I ain't gonna lie. We were supposed to have our pre-production meeting so many times, but I've been so busy. Dev's been so busy.
Yeah, pre-production meeting.
Yeah, I'm about to say like we got a whole crew.
Yeah, because didn't you say Kentucky basically got y'all a whole studio?
I'm about to say they got us a whole studio. So the place that is with us got us a whole studio, camera crew, everything. But like I've been so busy. My co-host Dev's been so busy. So where it's like we kept having to push it back. We were supposed to have our pre-production meeting like 3 Sundays ago. And then like
they just waiting on y'all.
They waiting on us. So finally, they gonna get Devin this Friday because I'm not gonna be there. So we got another co-host with us. Her name is Alex. So she was a news anchor for BBN Tonight, which is like a news show that just covers like Kentucky athletics.
Right.
So she was the co-host for that. And then now she's gonna be our co-host. So the goal and kind of like just this, like the goal is to kind of be like I'm an athlete, like kind of like just chill, just kind of shooting the shit and just talking, convo. So we'll have her, it'll be me and Dev. Like I said, I mean it's a real deal. And I pitched the idea to him when I actually first got to Kentucky, because I was like, yo, like I've been doing podcasts, like I really want to just do something, just chill, man. Like everything can't be so serious. So I really thought it was just gonna be like they'll get us some microphones, we'll do something at the crib, and then they told us like this company just was like all out. Was like when they pitched it to them, or when I pitched it to them, they were like we want it. So they
Now let me ask you this: it's gonna be a partnership, or is this gonna be something that are you and Dev and the other girl, are y'all gonna like own the rights to the podcast?
Yeah, so it should be. It should be me and Dev just owning the rights. Honestly, I think that's what it's gonna be. We'll own the rights for, because again, I'm the one that came up with the idea. Yep. In the beginning, it was just supposed to be me. Like, and then I was like, let me get Dev involved, because I always want to put my bros on. You know what I'm saying? Put people on. So I'm like, yo, Dev. I told Dev about the idea. He was straight. So like I said, as time goes on, and then I just talked to my agent today, Ryan, and Ryan was just like, yeah, like this company, they basically said they want to host it, they want to do this, they want to do boo boo boo, but they were like, it's y'all show, y'all own the rights for it.
Boy, Ryan working.
Yeah, no, Ryan be working. Shout out Ryan, man. He be working, man.
Shout out to Ryan.
Some days he be, but he be working, man. He work, man, and he kept real. He said today, he was like, man, anything y'all do, I don't want everything to be half-assed.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna make sure y'all always getting the best out of any situation. So when he said that, I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, we got that, man. Like I said, we supposed to be having so many meetings, and we had like 4 different group chats because the times don't work. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy. I'm here now. Nash, Dev's in out there. Dev was out of town last week. I was in town, so it's been hard to get me and him together, because I ain't gonna lie, we together when it comes to football. We'll make time, but it's like outside of football,
everything else.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because we be so busy that like I have to maneuver and
y'all get pulled from different directions.
Yeah, we do. So
sound like the summer gonna be popping though.
Summer for sure gonna be popping. We want to have a lot of people, man. Like the goal is to hopefully it's a stretch, but we're gonna try to get Jerry Rice's son on the show. Probably via Zoom or something. We'll try to get Caleb Williams on the show via Zoom, because our agent knows a lot of those guys at USC. So the goal is to try to get as many people as you can. And like I said, it's just a chill vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? It's chill vibe, super convo. It's rarely gonna ever be talking about like the school itself. It's kind of like we'll talk about everybody's progress with football, but man, we want it to be low key, man. We want it to be just chill, man. You know what I'm saying? Say whatever you want to say how you feel. Obviously, we'll have censorship and a lot of different things we can and cannot talk about, but hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's big. We'll get paid for it.
Locked in.
You know what I'm saying?
We locked in for sure.
Yeah, I'm about to say locked in. I'm telling you, even if y'all ever up there, we got the ability to move around too. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Because me and Deb, we want to do is like definitely even before like games, man. We come down on Fridays. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Try to get a little room in the hotel, get the equipment.
Yep.
That shit is just be dope because y'all have access other people can't. Yeah. And y'all are active players, so y'all can literally pre-game locker room right before the game. Yeah. Go in the coach's office. You know what I mean? Like everything. You would just have access that ESPN and other big networks wouldn't have.
Oh God, man. But it's big though. So we gonna be doing that, man. And I definitely want to just get as many people as I can. So shout out to Ryan for making it happen. Shout out Dev, my co-host. Shout out Anna, my other co-host. You know what I'm saying? We got
on the lookout for that.
I'm about to say we got some things in the work, man. So we got a lot of names coming up, but right now I'm just gonna call it the come up show. It should air hopefully soon, man. Once we finally get this pre-production needed.
I can't wait to get my merch.
For sure, man. We're gonna have merch for the show too. At that point,
I already know.
We'll have merch for the show. And
Ryan, shit, you better.
Ryan here with it.
I ain't gonna lie.
Get you a Ryan. You
I'm about to say, get you a Ryan if you want to succeed in life, man. You know what I'm saying? Just don't text him, call him.
Yeah.
He don't answer text, but call him. You know, he always looking out for me, man. Everybody in the Kentucky organization, and in the football organization, everybody in the whole city of Lexington, man. They always look out for me. They always look out for they people, man. So that's definitely something that's different from here, and I appreciate it when I did get it here. I very much appreciate it in Kentucky and in Lexington. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say, obviously, before we go, is that I think most people got to understand that as a player. Any player in this world, when you have high expectations from someone, you tend to overthink and you tend to, be afraid. And I always try to tell people, me personally, I always tell people, there's days I can't have a bad day. I got so much stuff from Kentucky. I got, the people, everybody has so much invested in me.
Right.
I can't have a bad day, but also I can't think like that because mentally I will destroy myself.
Oh yeah.
So to anybody who, obviously if you feel like you're entitled to always have to be on your A game every single moment of the day, don't feel like that. Don't feel like, because when you start having to meet other people's expectations, you forget your own. And then once you forget your own, you feel lost. You don't know what you're doing it for. And I felt lost in 2021 because when I got hurt, everybody left me. Everybody was gone. It was no more Ray's this big superstar. It was Ray's just injured, and he's on the back burner. And I got that from coaches down to the extended staff. So now it's the position I'm in now, where being a star player, being a vocal leader, being somebody who's supposed to, get us over that hump of getting to a national championship. I try not to put too many expectations on myself from others. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I know what I want to do. The goal is to NFL, but also my goal is to make my family proud and make sure I do what I gotta do to help them succeed in life. So I try not to think about other people's expectations. Yeah, I love the fans, but as much as y'all gonna be you gotta go win it for us, man. Fuck all that. I gotta go win it for my family. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go attack every day for my family, and then eventually when I get to y'all, I'm gonna make y'all goals and aspirations happen too. But until I worry about my family and my well-being. You know what I'm saying? If that ain't right, I can't be right for nobody. I can't go on. If my mental ain't right, I can't give you what I can give you on the field and what you invested in me. So if I put too many expectations on myself and then worry about on top of y'all expectations, I'm just going to
How much do athletes talk about mental awareness?
It's
amongst
big.
each other.
Amongst each other, I think truthfully we need to talk about it more. I think a lot of guys, definitely the male athletes, we have this masculinity.
Alpha.
This alpha male of I don't want to talk about my feelings, man. Nah, fuck all that.
That's just weak.
Man, fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't wrong to go out there and tell somebody how you really feel, bro. And I think just in this generation we live in, and, people look at it as that's soft. You know what I'm saying? That's some some bullshit. No, man.
I think at the level that you're at, everybody can speak that they were dogs at some point.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? It's probably a little weak in high school, middle school for, people to be talking about stuff like that. But definitely at your level, like you said, mental awareness needs to definitely be talked about each other.
A lot, man. I definitely do. I see a therapist every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to say that, man. I'm not afraid to say that. I see a therapist. I talk to a lot of different people because, again, I'm put in the spotlight where I have to be, I have to be 10 toes every day.
Right.
I can't slip up. But, you know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking on, the mental side, how tough is it? Because I know we spoke, off air, by hearing your previous coaches at Vanderbilt speak down on you.
For sure.
Because like you said, it was with the NFL scouts.
Yeah, scouts and stuff. It's rough, man. It's hard because, the way I look at it was I put my heart, soul, and blood and tears into everything that I do. And every time I step on the field, I'm giving it my all. From practice field to game field to film room to weight room, I'm giving it my all. So to know that, somebody don't feel appreciative or don't feel like, what I did was to the best of their knowledge or to the best of their expectations, I hurt, man. That sucked because, if I was out here and BSing, I can understand that. But when I got to get a shot every game just to play, when I'm averaging 30 touches a game, as a running back, all
That's
I
a
do
lot
is
of wear
get
and tear.
tackled. It's a lot of wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that, I'm like, damn, bro. Like it made me think like, man, like I gave you everything I could, bro, and for you to say that, come on, man. That is just wild. You know?
Now, was you recruited by Coach Lee or was you by Coach Mason and you just got inherited by Coach Lee?
I was at Mason. Mason offered me, and then when he got fired, Coach Lee called me on FaceTime. So I'm like, damn, he might not want me no more. Because, you know, sometimes new coaches rather recruit their own people.
Right.
But he wanted to keep the recruiting class because it was actually a high recruiting class. So we hopped on FaceTime and, like, bro just was like, yeah, we really want you.
Yeah.
We're going to keep you. You know, we're going to respect your scholarship. And that was the end of it. And I'm like, I ain't felt no love right there. I didn't feel no genuine. But, you know, when I got there, man, you know what I'm saying, it's different. I got there the same day Coach Lee did. So the same day, his first day was my first day. My last day was his continue on day. But, you know, we had to learn from each other, man. And I'm not going to sit here and say it was, you know, there was days where it was rough and there was days where it was great. You know, and I think in a program when you're rebuilding and having to shape, that's just how it is. So, you know, but like I said, I got love for those dudes. You know, I got love for that program. I went to war with a lot of those guys on that team. You know, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go against them. But you know, it's crazy to be down talked upon or down talked. But you know, I feel like I just can't even do it sometimes. Like I can't. Like it's too much. I feel like I would be giving them attention if I down talked them.
Which you would. Yeah.
The only thing I want to give them is 200 yards.
Yeah, just circle them on the schedule.
Saying, look, man, all right, man. If y'all can see my mirror right now in my apartment, man, I got every game written down, and I got a dash for every yard, like the yards that I want, and I got a big ass circle for Vandy. And like I said, I got 30 carries off rip, and I said I want at least $150. If not $150, I want $160, and I want 2 touchdowns. And I'm doing the same thing AB did when he played against the Titans. Not in a fucking
I'm about to say, don't take your jersey
off. Not that AB, man. I'm over here.
I was like,
what?
We going
man,
there?
Brown, hell no. What Brown? I forget his bro name. I played for the Titans. He used to play for the Titans. Receiver.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Yeah. When he played against the Titans, he pulled out his towel, went to the thing,
act like he was whooping it.
And
he got our GM fired.
Yeah,
they fired him right after that game.
And I told Coach Stoops, shout out Coach Stoops, I said, bro, listen, I'm gonna get one unsportsmanlike, and that's the celebration I'm doing. Yeah. It's either I'm a fake run after I score. I'm a fake run to their sideline like I'm still on their team, and then just reverse back. I'm gonna pull out my towel and just start whooping the little Vandy sign and be like, y'all made a big ass mistake.
Yeah.
But like they didn't release me or trade me, but you know what I'm saying. It's still
they gonna feel it.
Yeah, y'all had the chance to give me, but y'all didn't say the right words.
They didn't give you a good enough offer for.
Yeah, but they didn't say the right number. I wanted to hear.
Facts.
I did not hear. They did not say the right number, and I was like, well, I'm hearing triple digits everywhere else. So I'm
out of here.
I'm gonna get out of there. But nah, you know what I'm saying? I love those guys, man. I love those dudes, and you know, hey, week 4 is just gonna be a rough one for them boys, man. But,
hey,
you know,
we definitely can't wait.
Week 4,
we'll definitely probably retro play some of this footage
for sure.
Oh God, but nah, definitely. If I have a crazy game, y'all better post this and be like, he predicted it.
Yeah, he told y'all.
So he said this on 615 Sports Live. That he was gonna go crazy. And the first time we heard it was right there in the room. Right but I definitely, man, like I said, I definitely appreciate y'all for come out and I appreciate being back here in Nashville, man. Just, you know what I'm saying, it's blessed to graduate and get a degree from Vandy. You know what I'm saying, put myself in a better position outside of football.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm turning up all week, man, all weekend. I'm turning up all weekend. It's going to be a good time having my people in town, seeing some of the guys on the team, just seeing the faces of just people that I also probably didn't believe I'd be in this position. Yeah. For sure, that Instagram going up, caption going to be crazy.
I already know.
But yeah,
repost.
But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to just everybody that's been rocking with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been around, and you know I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, I always say this. Last thing I say is, you know, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, but why not add a little bit more?
Absolutely.
And I'm cool with adding it. You know what I'm saying? I've already had the weight of the world, but I can add a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add a little bit more.
This ain't nothing. You carry real weight.
For sure. For sure.
Hey, but before we let you leave, though, we're going to ask every guest this. It's a pleasure for you to be on the show. Who would you want to see be on this show? But before you answer, you got to help us get them on the show, too.
I got you. Oh, damn. I can get, man, you know what I'm saying? Now, are we talking about live or are we talking about like maybe via Zoom? Because I can get a lot of people on here via Zoom. I get a lot of people. But I would say like live.
Shit, we may come up there too. Cause,
y'all,
we're gonna take it on the road too.
Hey man, come up here. I can get y'all Devin Leary, get y'all Barry, Dayton Key, Tavion, Dion. I can get you about a bunch of people up there. But I'm gonna be real though, and this this it wouldn't be a shock, but CJ Taylor from Vandy. Okay, CJ, he's a dog, man. He's a dog for sure. He's a linebacker at Vandy. He wears number 1 now. He's a dog. He's a Nashville kid. He's a McKinney. I don't know where he's from, McKinney or something. But he's a dog, man. So I would definitely love to see CJ on here because he's also a good trash talker. Gotcha. So you know what I'm saying? You get him on here, you start talking about the Kentucky game, he's going to talk that crap.
We'll have to get that one.
Yeah, for sure. Get him. But Will Shep. You know what I'm saying? I'm shouting out all my Vandy teammates, you know what I'm saying? You better definitely get Will Shep. But outside of that, man, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, the football, I love to see y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get one of the female athletes, you know what I'm saying, that's around here. You know what I'm saying? I would love for them to get the exposure. You know, this is biased, but like my ex-girlfriend, she played soccer at Lipscomb. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She went through a lot of trials and tribulations, but like not a lot of people will know like the mental aspect of what she went through in life. You feel me? So you know, definitely just seeing like more, you know, like, you know, female athletes, you know what I'm saying, getting the exposure that they need. I know there's got to be a lot of good sports around here. You look at Pearl Combs flag football team, they went undefeated. I think they went 6-7-0. I was locked into that because one of my boys is a coach over there. So definitely, but I say so definitely just getting those people, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that city love, man. Get that Nashville love to keep turning up for sure.
Absolutely. Is there anything you want to add?
I'm good, G. I'm
sure.
good, man. I appreciate you coming in
man.
for sure, right, man. You've been good, dog.
Let's hope that traffic down so I can go pick up my people.
There you go, man. I appreciate you coming on, bro.